Was big problems for Meghan Markle when you think about it, because the bigger situation is this: when you create your own narrative, eventually somebody's going to tell you that's not actually the truth, as we saw so many times with Meghan throughout her, well, very public life so far, since she came into the public conscious way back in 2016 when it was announced that she was dating Prince Harry. But it's interesting, isn't it, because she's battled on, pushed forward, and seemingly has her own version of the truth. Nothing wrong in that, lots of people do. What's important here though is the ongoing battle for Meghan could seemingly now take a mega bout out of her story. What are we talking about? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. As ever, nice to have your company today, lovely to see you. What I find fascinating with these stories is, as I often say, it's strange, isn't it? I think when they're superstars, they truly believe they can do anything they want. And when I say that, I don't think Meghan's a superstar, but I've interviewed many, and basically they have their own narrative of truth. I remember interviewing a lady who was in a pop group at the time, right? And basically, I said to the PR person, remind me again, how old is this lady? They said 32. Amazingly, 15 years later, she's only 39. Do you get what I'm saying? They truly only want to tell you their version of events, and you're supposed to stick with it. And that's where I find it fascinating. So obviously you do take these stories with a huge pinch of salt. This particular story regarding Meghan, though, is a big problem because it will result in, I think, some spectacular fallouts, and let me explain the reasons why. As we now know, her half-sister Samantha Markle is pushing ahead with that court case, which will now look set to go into 2023. Now, the bigger problem with this court case is this: that, as you know, Meghan originally stated, that she'd never assisted in any shape or form in that book. We won't give it a plug, but you know the book I mean. And even the author then came out and said, no, they may have sort of fact-checked something with people, but no, we didn't really speak to them, all that sort of stuff. Both turned out to be supreme liars, because what happened was, of course, Meghan suddenly remembered that she'd sent and verified various texts and emails via her personal assistant, Jason North. Now, what's interesting with Jason North is a pivotal part of this particular story. Jason, of course, was a big assistant for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, then moved over to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. How we must regret that now. And really, the reason for him coming out and stating that, in fact, they did assist with the book is, I think he felt a moral obligation. I think for him, it was, well, look, somewhere along the line, it's either going to come out, so why don't I be honest about it? You have to say well done to him. But now Jason, according to a very good source regarding this court case, could be called forward to verify some of the background information, because this is the information, seemingly, that Samantha Markle, the half-sister of Meghan, wants verified. And as I say, this could really explode. You often wonder, don't you, in cases like this, whether it's worth going forward. Really, would it be worthwhile trying to take these particular people on? But obviously she stands by these, sort of backgrounds. She wants to make sure that her name is cleared, and more importantly, that the truth is out there. Why would she want to pursue ahead? Well, let me tell you, Samantha Markle doesn't seem to stand to make that much money from this case, even if she wins. I mean, it would be sort of a cursory fee. Obviously, there's a bigger money to be made with the interviews and television things that would follow through, and maybe that's what they've got their bigger eye on. But for now, if Jason North is called forward, and as ever we have to say allegedly, then this could be really explosive in the ongoing battle between the one seemingly close sisters. Well, according to Samantha anyway. Meghan claims in her truth that she grew up alone without any family around her. The way you look at it, this case is going to be and remain very big, very explosive, and I would predict very damaging once again for the brand and really the historical facts of Meghan Markle.